variable here in North Carolina. It's not in the hundreds.
Oh my
It's it's a high 80, maybe low 90s, and hopefully we'll get some rain tonight.
who knows with the weather, right? It'll change again this
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
Yeah, but you can't golf in 90-degree or 100-degree weather. You still
oh yeah. I was out at last night.
okay? See, there you go. You just wait to the night. All right. See you again. And today's topic is going to be benefits of the health and wellness program. Alan, the program that we discussed before sounds too good to be true.
Well, I've got a lot of people tell me that, Neil, but it's not too good to be true. It's too good to be free. But people need to understand, though, this health and wellness program, there's no net cost to the employer and no cost to the employee, and all it does is give benefits.
Can you relate to any cases lately?
Well, I'll relate to a case I have today. Now, I'm going to read a lot of this because this has been an email sent to me. This is a president of a company. He has many branches, so it may be 500 or 600 employees. But he writes back to me because I explained the program to him. He writes back to me. I emailed him the program too. And I'll never see the presentation with one of our accountants who runs our HR department a few minutes ago. Bottom line, it does not help us. We are already and have been using the IRS noted codes. Well, they're not using IRS code 105, 106, and 213D. They are using the 125 code. And he says, especially the 125 pre-tax provision. Secondly, we provide health insurance coverage at no cost to our employees. My reply to that was, you may have Aetna or you may have Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I've got another one besides this health wellness program. It's called Impact Healthcare. That's going to save you 30 to 70% of what you're paying right now, and also give your employees a lower deductible and a lower copay. And it says the benefits Capstone provides in healthcare we already have available on our current provider. Well, they don't. There's no other healthcare plan that has the benefits of what I have in my plan. Since we are comfortable with our healthcare provider and our employees have not mentioned any issues with the policies, I would not expect us to make a change. But thank you for checking in with us. I'm sure some small businesses have not remained current in their accounting procedures or may have missed the change. And like I told him, I said, like I have a full of clients, Dean or Neil, I told this all the time. They always tell me, well, my tax advisor, my CPA, my attorney always handles my tax and tax advice and also my financial advice. And I have two questions for him. I said, when's the last time your advisors ever gave you any proactive advice on tax savings? It's very seldom or never. And I said, you may have the greatest advisors in the world, but it's what they don't know. They'll end up costing you hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars and undue tax fees and lost opportunity costs. So this is my reply to him. Most accounts I have presented to already have health insurance. We do not replace existing policies. There is a great value having a third-party telehealth program. Plus, our program is no net cost to the employee, which actually saves the employer approximately, on average, $469 a year in FICA taxes year after year. This can equate to hundreds of thousands of dollars if the business is large enough. If you got 5,000 employees, that's $2.5 million in savings almost every year. And the employees get an extra average $100 of tax-free money in their paycheck every month. Now, who would want $1,200 of extra money in their paycheck? But here's the questions I had for his HR department. First thing I said, does your program do any of the above items mentioned in the above paragraph? Also, because the latest IRS ruling came out on April 3rd of 2024, employees can use the extra money for that for anything they want. That $100 a month, it's tax-free. They can use it any way they want. They can buy gas, they can buy groceries, pay rent, whatever. Before, you couldn't do that. You had to use it for medical purposes. But their accountant doesn't know this because you're not doing the proper research. And then the next question, are you aware of that? Plus, it has a plethora of benefits. The Amaze Health app that goes along with the program is in the top 2.3% of all apps on the web. As little 2 weeks ago, with the biometric scanner, an employee saved his wife's life because I think she was having a heart attack or something. But this biometric scanner has 15 different biometric markers with over 99% accuracy. And I told him, I think about the lives that can be saved because especially men do not, we don't like going to the doctor, ER, when we feel bad. This guy was having chest pains.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just going to lay down. I'll be right. I'll be all right. Well, if you have that biometric scanner, it's either telling you you're having a heart attack or you're about to have one, and you need to get your butt to the hospital.
Right.
We've got stories from older that, yeah, well, he went to bed, but he never woke up. He died in his sleep of a heart attack. I mean, it's crazy. But, here's the thing. There's going to be a bunch of numbers come up on that biometric scanner. People don't know what that is. They go to this app. They press that app. Within 5 to 10 seconds, they are on call with some type of qualified medical personnel, whether it's a doctor or a physician's assistant, but qualified medical personnel to tell you what's going on. What's going on with you. Now, here's another big thing, especially for these huge companies. Are we self-insured? Yes, we are. No other company is self-insured. There's absolutely no legal ramifications for the employer if he takes out this program. That's absolutely huge. 50% of people don't need to go to the ER. They go to the ER. What they need to do is they need to talk to a doctor or some qualified person because they may be sick or something and just get a prescription.
Right.
Well, with this Amaze app, we could put you in contact with a medical person within 5 to 10 seconds. There is no triage, no intake forms, no waiting room. Does your program do that? No, it doesn't. We have an RX Valet program, and the RX cards accepted over 70,000 pharmacies across the nation. We provide discount on drugs, not on formulary. We have a prescription assistance program for drugs over $200. Does your program do that? No. We also have, and this is absolutely huge, an indemnity plan that pays the employees $1,000 a day for 1 day in the hospital, $100 a day if you're there for 30 days. It also gives you extra money if you have to ride the ambulance of $250. And it also has benefits for emergency room related health and, sickness and injury of $150 for each case. Employees with these benefits, have an 8% higher production rate. There was over $312 billion lost in production last year because of people being sick.
Right.
Employees have problems with retention, they have problems with recruiting, and they have problems with revenue. This can happen with all three because, like I said, employees with this type of healthcare benefit have an 8% higher production and a 7% retention. And the last thing I say to them is crazy. This program focuses on preventative and protective healthcare before it becomes a health issue. Again, we do not replace any existing coverages. It is simply an enhancement of benefits for any qualified employee. Lastly, if your program does not cover the above mentioned items, don't you think that you would want this program just for the extra tax-free income for the employees alone? I know they want it if they would see this, if you would show it to them. Of course they would want it. Who wouldn't want it? But, I face problems with stuff like this all the time. But, when I talk to people, they're not educated. They don't do the research. They listen to financial planners and CPAs that the CPA's allegiance and fiduciary duty is to the IRS. You go to the CPA probably at the 30th of December, and he's going to say, well, next thing you need to do is buy a new car. I'll give you a tax deduction. Well, there's all kinds of things you can do. But the thing is, you need to stay proactive with stuff. And that's 100%. What my team does. At Excel Empire, I'm a certified tax and business advisor. I'm only one of two. Actually, I'm the only one in South and North Carolina right now because the other guy moved to Kentucky. So I'm getting inundated by people wanting to say, because businesses overpay their taxes. 93% of businesses overpay their taxes by 35%. And this is right in line with what I do with health savings, tax savings, showing people how to have a debt-free retirement. The list goes on and on, Neil.
Alan, what do you see in the future for this program?
Well, all I can see is growing. We're growing by leaps and bounds with this program. We're adding anywhere from 10,000 to over 100,000 employees every month in this program, and it's getting bigger. We're talking to companies that have 60 and 70,000 employees. I've got a company next week I'm hoping to talk with that's got 10,000 employees.
Oh my.
So, I mean, it's a great program. It's benefits, it's benefits, it's benefits. And some of these benefits, like that biometric scanner, that thing is crazy. And don't ask me how it works because I don't know. But it works. It's got 99% accuracy, gets you 15 biometric readings and marker readings, and but all the other benefits that go along with this program.
Does it impact or replace any health plan? You were talking a little bit about this.
No, it does not.
Okay. I think, Alan, that you're really reinventing where healthcare is going with the programs you've found and uncovered to make healthcare affordable, and for businesses, make taxes more affordable for them, that their taxes won't be, you'll decrease their in taxes. You did this with individuals before. Now you're doing it with businesses. This is the change of how you're doing this. You used to only work with the CEO. Now you're working with the entire company, and it's big.
It's absolutely big. I mean, it just goes in line and expands my business and what I do. As you know, 99% of the people I talk to have no idea what I talk about because I teach people to think outside the box of conventional financial planning. As I always say in my elevator speech, I show people how to reduce or eliminate both debt and taxes, possibly set them up with a tax-free retirement, show them how to become their own bank, borrowing from themselves and paying themselves back instead of financial institutions, and eliminating the effective interest costs they pay on the money they borrow. In fact, Neil, I bought a new car last week and I borrowed my money to buy that car from my life insurance policy. I'll pay myself back at 0% interest and still make thousands of dollars over the time period that I pick to do it. And it's a time period I pick how much I want to pay each month, but I'm paying myself. So that policy continues to grow because they're paying me dividends and indexing strategies on the original amount that I had in there, not the money that I borrowed.
Right. And does it frustrate you to see like a lot of these, the people get money regardless as financial planners, and how a lot of these hedge fund and all these people making so much money hand over fist?
It drives me nuts. I've told you before. All these fee-based advisors work at Edward Jones, Goldman Sachs, Ken Fisher. They all say, well, we're fiduciaries. Well, if you're fiduciaries, why don't you tell them about the risk in retirement? I've not had one client that has ever told me that and these people are between 60 to 75 years of age. Some are millionaires that have 99% or 95% of all their money in a stock portfolio, and they have no idea what can happen to them.
Wow. It's quite an interesting predicament. The things are changing, and you're out there educating people one person at a time, and even more than one person at a time with this podcast. But it's constant going over this with people, that the financial responsibility is up to the individual to figure these things out for themselves. Talk to experts like you.
Well, I mean, just like I got a big case with this lady. She's got over $1 million in her 401k. And I presented this plan to her, and her husband told me, well, they're not going to retire for another 10 years. Well, he just texted me. He says, well, we don't want to do this because we've got to wait 10 years for our money. I said, absolutely. She does not understand the program. She can access her money anytime she wants to. But my big thing is to make it tax-free when she accesses it. And she doesn't understand the ramifications of taxes in retirement. It will destroy people's retirement programs.
Totally. Wow. All right. So there's three ways to get a hold of you. One is call you right now at 910-551-1046. Even the live people right now, live stream, call Alan right now. His phone will be available right when he gets off, or email him at strategicwealth, the number 0 at gmail.com, or go to strategicwealthstrategies.com right now and check out all what Alan has to help you guys with. And Alan, it's amazing the growth and what you're doing and how you're helping people.
Well, I appreciate it, Neil, and you've helped me do this.
Yeah. Hey, that's the great part of providing a platform for somebody to go out and do this. And Alan, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. That was the Strategic Wealth Strategies